When preparing to leave Oban, we got witness of an emergency in action. It was still ongoing when we left the marina, and we suddenly heard a loud sound of a horn from the ferry warning us to be too near to the ferry lane. Recovering from the shock, we headed on in direction Cornach. This is a video of my series Adventures with my Trawler Yacht Whitehorse, a Grand Banks 36. First, a short overview of this episode. We leave Oban after breakfast and see an ongoing rush to save canoers. Then we get too near to the ferry lane before reaching the first floor and head in direction of Cornach and the Caledonian Canal through Emoij. Here you see our day's route. This is the first part, which covers the travel to Cornach to about Corran. The whole distance to Cornach is about 55 kilometers. We got a good breeze from the north and expected to get some waves against us. The weather prediction was shaky, with rain expected. The sea lock of Cornach is the entry to the Caledonian Canal. In the morning we were greeted by a lone piper at the pier of Oban. Well, honestly, he was not playing for us, but for some guests arriving on a large cruise yacht. When preparing to leave the marina, we heard on the VHF radio that a group of canoers had got into trouble with high waves out of Oban. The nearby boats of the Royal National Lifeboat Institution and a boat of a local tourist operator rushed out of the Bay of Oban. We followed the happenings when we ourselves left the marina and headed north. We were still actively following the life-saving action and the blue tourist boat that raced by us when I saw a ferry coming in from the sea. But I was nevertheless shocked when it suddenly blasted its horn to warn me of her nearing us very fast. She had made a turn in our direction, and thus I had to get out of her way by turning hard to starboard and the right side of the coast. Although the weather was rainy and the sky dark with clouds, we enjoyed watching the many features along the coastline. At first, we still heard some messages that dealt with life-saving action, but then it got quiet. We heard that they were saved, but not anything beyond that. Onwards, it was calm ride, and I let you enjoy our views with us. Did you like my video so far? Then I would be grateful for you subscribing free of charge to my YouTube channel to help me finance my work. Thank you. Due to the rain and dark clouds, it was sometimes necessary to use the binoculars to identify the signs and lights in the sea. Our route to the north led us often in narrow channels between the fastland and some islands. This made sailing more interesting and the sea was much more calming. But I had to be at the lookout because such channels always had the dangers of rocks reaching near the surface. A good echo sounder was therefore very valuable. Ours was rather old and I always double-checked with a car plotter. After about 40 kilometers and 3 hours of travel, we reached the narrows of Corran. At that place, Loch Ligne is only about 240 meters wide. Corran Point Lighthouse warns of this sea obstacle. This is the end of this episode, and with views of the lighthouse, my next episode will begin, when we keep on traveling to Cornach and the entry of the Caledonian Canal. If you liked this episode, please consider to subscribe free of charge to my YouTube channel using your Google Gmail account. I sincerely hope to soon reach the threshold of 1,000 subscribers to get some payments from YouTube. to finance my work on these episodes. Thank you in advance for your support. I'm looking forward to you being my guest in my next episode. Until then, goodbye.